one thing I have to say. It was not my idea to really release the title.
What up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, walking the samurai's path to reclaim the title he never lost. He fights Alex Pereira in the co-main event of UFC 295 on Saturday, November 11th. The Ponytail is back, and I wonder if that's a sign of things to come. Jiri
Yeah.
Prochazka, how's it going, brother?
Hey, great, great.
Okay, well, I gotta ask. Let's start there. I know you cut it off at one point, and I
Yeah,
know that Yuri doesn't do much for no reason. There's always sort of like a
yeah.
spiritual role. Why are we seeing the return of the ponytail?
That was thing. Uh, that's the thing. What I thought about that a lot. How I will uh to tell the story about that. Why I cut it, and again I let to grow it, and uh the truth is the truth. I have to be honest about that because uh I didn't uh I didn't keep one promise what I gave. I gave my promise to something, doesn't matter, that's my thing. And
Okay.
and I didn't uh I was wrong in some things, and that's why I had to cut my hair.
Hmm.
That's why I had to cut the my antenna, and after some things I realized I can make the new one,
Hmm.
but I have to keep my words and my promises to what I gave. Uh, and yeah, I'm on the way again. Yeah.
Well, I can tell it's deeply personal, so I won't, whenever you want
Yeah,
to share that
sure.
story, you will on your own time. But thank you for
Yeah,
giving.
no, it means it's uh, that mean for me like some reason why I'm doing that, and I didn't kept my words to something what I gave, and that's why I had to cut it.
Yeah,
So now I can do that again because now I'm
totally. Um, I know that I read an old
clear.
interview with you, or sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There was just a bit of a
Yeah.
delay there. I was watching an interview you did in the past where you described Conor McGregor as one of the influences of your style. What was it like for you to get to spend a little bit of time in person with the notorious Conor McGregor?
That was good meeting. That was great meeting with the guys from Paradigm Sport who made that meeting, and it was great to meet the Conor, and that was in February this year when I was in Vegas for recovery month in the UFC PI, and yeah, that time was really like hard for me because I just started to work with my shoulders and with my shoulder, and that was good meeting with Connor. Yeah.
Shoulder injuries can be a very tough one to recover from. It's not the strongest area of the body, kind of like the knees. We've seen guys like TJ Dillashaw really struggle to
Mhm.
recover. For you, now that we're finally on the verge of a return to the octagon, what has this injury and the recovery process taught you about yourself? and the path forward?
How you mean that? Like, how was the
What were some of the challenges for you having to be patient, having to,
the
all that kind of stuff?
the life is challenge for me. So all these things around is, but it's beautiful because every time when some obstacles before you, it gave you opportunity to grow up, to be stronger, and that's what I want to show, that I spent 1 year not just to recover my shoulder, but to upgrade my style, upgrade my mindset, and that's what I want to show in the cage now.
Well, and I know Henry Cejudo has said a lot of good things about your well-roundedness. I know people are hoping that you stand up and strike with Alex Pereira, and I know you believe that you are the better striker. Um, but what is your goal when you and Alex fight? Are you trying to prove that you're the better striker? Or are you trying to be the better mixed martial artist?
In that fight, I don't want to speak about my strategic
I understand. I
style,
understand.
yeah, but I'm saying that every time when I go to the fight, I will be better in the striking, I will be better in wrestling, and I will be better on the ground. Doesn't matter for me if I end it in a stand up by punches, kicks, whatever, or if I have to choke him. For me, it doesn't matter. I just I will be open for all the opportunities what the moment give me. Yeah.
One of my favorite things about this fight is not just the fight itself, but the story. Glover and you, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Now you are fighting his pupil, Alex, looking for revenge. For you, the rematch never happened, and this is sort of like the new version of Glover in some ways. Um, how does it feel for you to get to fight someone who's looking to avenge what you did to their mentor?
It's for me like beautiful story and big challenge.
Mhm.
Yeah, big challenge because uh I have to say Alex is not good martial artist like on the ground, on the wrestling, and but one thing he can do. He know what he know to do, and that's his striking. And it will be pleasure to compete him like in the stand up. Yeah.
Yuri, I'm going to warn you. That was a very nice thing you said about Alex, but there's going to be some websites and they're just going to write, Yuri says Alex is not a good martial artist. So I want to apologize already that someone is going to write that. It's not me. I'm very
Not
sorry.
like I only one thing what I wanted to say about him. He's good in stand up, but
No,
not
right.
good in wrestling and all these things because he's too much focused for that. Yeah. And
Yes.
he's very good in that. Very good. But on the other things, other styles, it's not good too. I am not too uh I'm not too good wrestler to say that,
Yeah.
but I think I'm better than him. Doesn't
It's,
doesn't matter. That's my opinion.
yeah,
That's my
yeah, no.
opinion, my stand,
I'm just
and
teasing. You know
yeah.
how the internet can be sometimes.
But don't give it in your entry.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it. I promise you, Yuri. I can't talk for everyone. Speaking of good wrestlers
but
and good
I
strike,
but you understand.
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that with all the there is nothing to what I want to do some like trash talk or
Oh,
something
I
like
know,
that.
I know.
No, I'm just saying that because I see that like it how it is. That's all. That's all. And that's true for me.
Another person who I know you've sort of looked up to when you were starting your career, Jon Jones. How does it feel to get to fight on the same card as the greatest light heavyweight champion in history on the 30-year anniversary of the UFC?
Yeah, that's the for me is honor. Is honor because I'm not seeing him like I don't see him like somebody who I want to challenge him now, or somebody who's like before me right now after the other guys. Maybe later, maybe one time in a heavyweight. Yeah, who knows? Because I don't know about my future, not yet. Because I just know I want to compete the best guys, and if he is the best guy, maybe in the future I will compete him. But now is for me pleasure to be on the same card, fight with him on the same night, same event, and I'm happy from that because
Um,
I really respect him, especially John, because he was with his style. He was like my inspiration long time around year to 12 to 13 to 14, something like that. Yeah.
if I have the story correct, your old nickname, Denisa,
Yeah.
happened because your coach was calling for a girl named Denisa in your gym and you answered, right? Where is
Yeah.
Denisa now? What is Denisa doing these days?
Ah, Denisa is a lawyer. I think he's in Germany or something like, or some country near the Germany, something like that. I don't know. No, I don't know now.
Well, I hope Denisa is doing well. Congratulations. They're making
Yeah,
good
me
money
too.
if they're a lawyer.
Yeah.
Just I was so curious. Okay, just a couple more things before we wrap up here. I am curious. It was a very disappointing news when you relinquished your title due to injury. What were the conversations like with UFC? Like when you called the UFC to tell them, how did they react?
How they'll react for what?
Well,
For
did they ask you to? Did they say you have to relinquish the title? Was it your choice? Like, how was that conversation?
yeah. Uh, I think now is not a good time to speak about that more
Okay,
because it's
that's okay.
behind me, and it was one thing I have to say. It was not my idea to really release the title, but I agreed with that. I confirmed that because I believe in myself that when I go to the cage again after all of these things, I can take that title again. So
Okay.
that's why I did that.
Okay. We'll leave it there,
Yeah,
Yuri. That's all good. Thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate it, my friend. I always I always ask the fans, hey, do you have any questions for Yuri? And someone did ask about Khamzat Chimaev. He's obviously a middleweight. You're a light heavyweight. I know he came out and was sort of bragging about your sparring sessions 4 years ago and how he beat you. And you said, if you want to fight in the cage, we can fight in the cage. How do you feel in general about fighters talking about what happens in sparring and training? You saw it happen with Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. Like, how do you feel about people taking what happens in training and sort of like using it as trash talk?
And they can talk whatever they want. That's all. That's all. It's sometimes it's like uh not too not right to speak about all these things, because that's preparation, that's training, that's all things. But what happened. That's all.
Totally.
That's all. I'm ready to challenge everybody, to challenge everybody. Doesn't matter for me.
Well, I know the
And
fans are
now,
very excited to see it
yeah,
happen.
now I will train for to compete and challenge the guys from light heavyweight, middleweight. Yeah,
Let's
to be yeah, because for me now is starting to be the part where I don't want to
Mm.
choose who will be my opponent. Yeah, because I'm just looking to be the best, be
Okay,
really the
Yuri.
best.
As we
And
wrap up here, I do just want to talk about some stuff away from your fight, give you a little bit of a break mentally. But I'm gonna ask you the hardest
sure,
question anyone will ever ask you, okay? I'm
yeah,
going to name three things. You can keep two of those things, but one you can never do again, okay? Waiting for the connection. A bit of a delay. Okay, are you here?
yeah,
Okay, here are the three
yes.
things, okay? You can only do two of them. You can keep the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, the UFC title,
Mm.
or you can never go into nature again. You have to stay inside. No swimming, no
Was
hiking. You can have two of these things. Which one will you never have again?
never have again.
Yeah. The Book of Five Rings, your UFC
Book of Five,
title.
man. I know the Book of Five Rings for like without to read it. So
Okay, so you don't, it's all in here. You don't need the book.
yeah, so I can write the new one.
Okay, I like it. What would you call it? Is it still the Book of Five Rings or is it something else?
It man, that will be another maybe it depends what will be directed for
Okay.
this book. But I'm thinking about to give my thoughts about the martial arts on the paper, because there is a lot of things what I used a lot from that Book of Five Rings, and is very useful for MMA, but not everything. But
Mm.
in the life things, everything, all these stuff from that book is useful.
Okay, well, I will read it whenever the book is published. Now, I know that Never Back Down was an important movie in piquing your
Yeah,
interest, but let's be
yeah,
honest, is Never Back Down actually a good movie?
a good movie. The first part was amazing. In that year, when it was 2008, 2009, something like that. And yeah, that year it was great.
Okay,
That was
well,
great movie. For me in that age, 17, for me it was wow, let's go for MMA training. Now I see that from another angle, so it's not like too good for me, but still I respect that movie.
yes.
Like, it gave me the motivation for all these things. Now I have another motivation, not just like to go and fight somebody and
The soundtrack
wait.
was very good.
Yeah, yeah,
Headstrong, I'll take you on. I love that.
yes.
I'm obsessed with that song.
Yeah,
One of the fans was wondering, have you read the manga Vagabond? It's based on the life of Miyamoto Musashi.
manga Vagabond.
Vagabond is the name of it, yeah.
Oh, I think not. I
Okay,
think not.
so there's a fan recommendation for you. It's based on the life of Miyamoto. So
Okay.
maybe if you need
So,
some reading, there you go. Okay, shout out to the fans. Yuri, that is all the time we have today. I would like to let you have the last word, so I'll do my part very quickly. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, please subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up. Let us know what is your official prediction for Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira. That is for the vacant UFC light heavyweight title in Madison Square Garden on Saturday, November 11th. That's UFC 295. Also, give us your recommendations. Samurai movies, TV shows, mangas, animes. We're always here to consume. Jiri, whether you want to shout out the fans, your team, maybe Denisa, wherever they are these days. The floor is yours, my friend.
I just want to say thank you for all the fans and for everybody who's behind me all the time and who believed in me, because last year was it was a hard time and it was a challenge for me, and every time I just want to show my evolving, my upgrade, and this fight is no, I don't want to change that. So I want to show my best version. So I'm looking forward for this fight.